One state tournament is behind us, but basketball season never stops. Yesterday, we crowned 4 champions in girls basketball. Today, we get a glimpse of the next generation in boys basketball. It's the Sizzle Hoops Middle School All-Star Games. 4 games in the High School of Recording Arts. I'm Mike Peden, and for our first game, we're joined by the all-time leading athlete in rebounds at St. Croix Lutheran Academy, Callie Oakland. Callie, I know you are a beast, a maestro of the low post. How do you feel about coming on the mic and talking about basketball today?
Yeah, I'm super excited. It's going to be fun to see what these third graders can do and how athletic they can be as third graders, for sure.
So we've got 2 teams, Running Rebels and UConn. One will wear black, one will wear pink. We weren't able to get jersey numbers, so if we don't identify players right away, it's not because we aren't paying attention, but it's a little tricky. But Callie, I don't know when you remember playing or when you started playing, what memories you have, but to get out there and have a chance to play, what do you think it means for all these third graders who hope to one day make a state tournament of their own, if not more?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's really important for these third graders to really get a look at playing good competition, because this is an all-star game. They all know what they're doing. They're excited. They all love the sport of basketball, and I think it'll be really cool for them to see a bunch of fans watching them, and it's good to get this experience early.
So Running Rebels and UConn, black and pink. As we get underway, we might be using team colors. These are 30-minute games, and then there will be a 3-point shootout. 30 minutes running time. I don't think they're quite ready for the full-length basketball games yet. I'm sure they could handle it, but Callie, when did you start playing?
It was around 3rd grade when I started playing my first
how about that play?
basketball. Very good move. I started playing little shooter dribblers when I was about 5, but then I started playing traveling 3rd grade, just like these kids.
So we'll go with pink and black. Pink with a 2-0 lead. That was a nice take.
That was a very good take.
Did you have that kind of move in 3rd grade?
Can't say I did. I was a big just catch the ball and shoot it from the block kid in 3rd grade.
So that's how it all started.
Yep.
Black team with the ball. We don't have a shot clock. I don't think we want to put that kind of pressure. Okay, there's a 3-pointer. And I've noticed this, Callie, and again, these are 3rd graders. They are just starting their basketball expedition. But I've noticed you can tell who's worked on their shot and who's still developing it, because as we saw with the black team, when you lean your body forward getting off a shot, that tells me, all right, they don't quite have the vertical or the strength yet. I expect that will come with time.
Oh!
And the pink team has a good dose of strength. Pink team is up 4-0. I can tell you all the athletes, even if I don't know who they are by number. Razik Kazan Squires, Drake Holden, Remy Belmont, Lincoln Hill, Landon Wiersma, Keston Ziegler, Max McDonald, and Christian Olsen. We also have for the other team, as Pink takes a 5-0 lead, LaSalle Walton Jr., J. Trell McCray, Alfred Barrera, Darius Anderson, Luca Erickson, Bryce Walters, Kenneth Fagan Jr., Isaiah Smith, Levi Struther, Darren Harris Jr., and Cyree Sintel. Hopefully you parents will be able to pick out your kids and maybe point them to me next time, so when I do this next year, I'll know who they are and can give you more names. But the pink team off to a 7-0 start. Callie, we've seen a little bit of inside game from them, and now a mid-range jumper.
Yeah, they've got 2 of the levels of scoring so far. Let's see if they can hit a 3 on this. Good steal.
Well, how about a defensive level play? 9-0. Pink over black. That's what it should be. The score still at 7-0. I've got 9-0. Black looking to get on the board. The runner's offline. They still have 7-0. I thought it'd be 9-0, but this is an all-star game. Well, there's our first three.
That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad.
No, and that one, like I said, I don't have numbers to identify players specifically, but
that was better form than when I was a third grader.
Black looking for the putback. We'll have 3rd through 8th graders today. I like to call this tiny human basketball because they are about half our size.
Yeah.
Although you and I did grow a few inches. How about that cut?
Really good pass.
And they have it 9-0. It should be 11-0, but this is like whose line is it anyway. Everything's made up and the points still matter today. Black's still looking to get on the board.
Oh.
On the line, and that will be a turnover. Pink will take over. So what do you remember suiting up for that first time as a third grader? You mentioned you did a lot of catch and shoot, low post moves. Was there anything like this where you could mix it up with fellow athletes, or did you have to wait for travel ball?
Oh, yeah, no, we had an all-star game in 3rd grade and 4th grade all the way up until I played high school basketball. And it was really fun because it was just looking at a bunch of players that I wouldn't get to see in the future high school season, like Shakopee and all those big schools. So I got to play with a bunch of them. I got to play with the Waconia twin sisters, or the Mayor Lutheran now, I guess.
The Kevinese.
Yeah. Yep.
Izzy and Clara.
Yeah, I played with them on the all-star game, which was really good.
Right. The Kevinese, well, they won a state volleyball championship and got to state in girls basketball. I can't recall, Callie, a championship featuring a 4 and 7 seed in any class.
Oh, no, definitely not.
Which is what happened in Class A. West Central beating McRae. I guess I wasn't kidding. Just took a little while for it to pan out when I'd often call Class A the wild card because you've got teams all over the state, no real shared geography. As the pink team goes up 11-0. Callie, they've got 2 of the 3 levels down, and I'd say at this level, that bodes well.
Definitely.
And yes, we do call fouls in a 3rd grade all-star game. Who else did you go against? You mentioned the Kevinese who were at Mayor Lutheran. Were there anyone else that you went up against that we might have seen? Because I know you got to go play alongside Jordan Odie, Addie Mack. They're up a grade on your Fury teams, but anyone else?
In that little all-star game, I played against Madden Greenway, which was really fun.
Did you know she was going to be the Madden Greenway?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
So she did not display any of the signs that she was going to become one of the biggest players as Black scores to get on the board?
I mean, she was really fast, and she showed signs for potential, but she was all over the place, which was good signs for like a 3rd grader, but definitely not as polished as she is now, which is likely.
Well, you've got a fun story. Whenever there's a docu-series on Madden Greenway, and I think we might get one as we have a foul. Pink going to the line to shoot 2.
Definitely.
What do you like so far about this game? It seems like Pink, coming in, it's hard to know what it's like when you haven't played before, but a lot of touch from the shooters here on the Pink squad.
Yeah, I think it all starts with their defensive intensity on the other side. They only have let Black score 2 points, so I think definitely it starts with their defense, and then their ability to really run the floor is definitely helping them because most of their points are in the paint. So
we've seen them hit a couple of jumpers too.
Oh, he got his own rebound.
All right. Well, that's all right if they don't hit their free throws yet.
Yeah.
Madden Greenway, the Kevinese, I'm sure all the talent gathered, and I'm guessing at the time, I don't think any of you knew what was to come with all of this as the Black team
That was a really good take.
They've overcome some of their early jitters, and now it's 11-4. There's the mid-range jumper.
Mid-range.
Well, Pink's got the 2 levels down. I don't know. Maybe someone in the stands here can help us figure out who's who.
Yeah.
I should have contacted or reached out to the spectators here. Maybe they can help us. Pink on the run again.
1-on-4.
Ah! Oh, you've been there. I'm sure you know what that's like. You think you got the lane to yourself. I'm going to get a layup, and then someone knocks it away. Like, I guess not.
Yeah, especially as a big and everybody's just really fast and chasing after you. It's kind of intimidating, actually. Even though you are the bigger player, it's like they're right behind you, and it's kind of scary.
How have you approached your game over the years as a big who had to play point guard for a little while last year? I'll never forget point guard Callie.
Point guard Callie was a great era in my life, but it's definitely time that I put those up on the rafters because...
Well, hey, you never know. You might need that point guard prowess of yours. The stretch four is the thing, Callie, and if you play college ball, I'm guessing you have aspirations to. Maybe the stretch four would suit you.
Yeah, definitely. My mom has always said that I'm definitely going to be a power forward in college, so I definitely need to work on my ball handling so that I could be a stretch four eventually.
Look at Black doing some slipping and sliding, and they'll get free throws with 20 minutes left, and we'll get some line change subs, which is typical in an all-star game because the idea is to give everyone a chance to play. 13-4 is the score, Pink over Black. In third grade, how do you handle a game? Does everyone know their roles? Does everyone take more of a guard stance, or do you kind of know who the bigs are going to be? Because I'm guessing in third grade, no one really knows how much growing they have left in them.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in third grade, I was definitely a lot bigger than everybody else, like taller and just like thicker. So I was definitely the post. But everybody that was smaller would all take the point guard position because everybody wanted to have the ball in their hands. So I think being a facilitator would definitely be a good, here, maybe a 3. Oh.
He was thinking about it. He's
got really good handles.
He does. There we go.
Got his own rebound.
You like to see that, go after your own shot, and that's something I think you develop with time and experience. If you know your shot's short, chase after it, get yourself in position for those rebounds. What do you credit to your mastery? Because I looked at your numbers, Callie, and it was insane what you did this year. I think you were in the top 5 in the state in rebounds.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in the gym because my sister has played basketball since I was born. So I think just watching basketball has helped me see okay, that shot's going to be short or that shot's going to be long. And I've just really taken that into consideration whenever somebody shoots it to get in the perfect position every time. So
Pink following their own miss, and that leads to a short corner jumper. They're up 15-4. I could see a few years from now, one of these kids could be a big name on the prospect list, and they're going to look back on this game and give me a hard time because I don't have their names. But this is how it starts. 15-4. And we're just seeing a composed game. The tricky part about All-Star games, and Callie, you have some experience with this, and you might get more next year with the All-Star Series. I'd like to think you'd be a candidate. You may have come across these players in AAU, travel, club, high school, etc., but oftentimes when you play in these events, you don't really know who your teammates are going to be until you get there, and sometimes it takes a while to get used to it. Now, I've noticed, he's at the blue line. I guess they're going to give him that extra foot. It's an all-star game. And they're doing the 1 free throw rule, so if you make it, you get 2. If not, you just play on. But
really good defense by the pink team right now.
Yes. That young man, and I mean young, has been a floor leader since he checked in.
Yeah, he's doing pretty much everything on the defensive side and the offensive side. He's really also passing really well to his teammates to get them opportunities to score as well, which is a really big aspect of somebody's game that they can learn really early. So that's really good.
My only point of contention is that they don't shoot free throws at the black line. They're using the volleyball line. That's what, an extra feet, extra foot, extra feet. You see what I'm saying? I'm in such
three-pointer.
There we go.
There it is.
Our first 3 of the game, and it comes from the black team, 19-7. Again, leaning forward a bit, but as you get older and have a better sense of body mechanics, they'll be more squared up.
Oh, right
Pink
back
wants
at
the
him.
answer. They're hitting their marks. It's not like they're airballing these threes. I'll give them that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I wonder, I'm guessing a lot of them grow up, or grow up, well, they're still growing. I have a feeling this would happen in the 3rd grade game. Being fans of the NBA, WNBA college, and they're probably seeing all of the big names knock down threes and do all these other amazing maneuvers on the court.
Yeah, for sure. Like people like Steph Curry and Caitlin Clark have really changed the game because all these like little kids, just like 3rd graders, are wanting to shoot the ball just like them. And one thing I'm especially noticing is the 3rd graders' shoe game. Like when I was in 3rd grade, I did not have this fancy of shoes, and this is really impressive that they have these shoes, which is really cool.
I would surmise that you've stepped up your shoe game since then.
I hope so.
And I'm guessing between Fury and St. Croix Lutheran and volleyball too,
Ooh, what a
you
block.
probably have your shoes covered.
Yeah, for sure. For Fury especially, they're really great. They give us shoes, and for high school season, I just use those shoes, and then I'll just go out and buy some more because Fury is just really great about that, just supplying all the stuff that we need for free pretty much, and it's really great.
So how many pairs do you own?
Too many to count, I think. I've kept all of them over the years that still fit me. So I'd say
that still fits you.
yes. So stuff from like freshman year, I definitely have thrown away because my feet have definitely grown. But
I would hope the rest of your body has too.
yeah, definitely.
Body, mind, all of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, now we know the secret to Callie's success. Her feet grew first. The pink team, they are playing really well. 21-7. 21-7, Callie. Okay, so how hard is it for you to find stuff, or does being with the Fury and St. Croix Lutheran, did that make it easy to find shoes, or maybe have you stopped growing?
I think I might have stopped growing, yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's a relief, because I would dread to think having to update your wardrobe again.
Yeah.
This late in your high school career. Look at the pink team go. Well, they'll shoot a free throw here. Is it hard to find stuff, or does all of your affiliations, does that make it easy to find footwear and shoes?
Yeah, it does. It is pretty hard to find shoes, actually, because for my height, I have pretty big feet. So it's just kind of hard to find shoes that are like cool, that also fit and are comfortable. But Under Armour shoes are really great, and they have a plethora of sizes, so that's really nice.
So the pink team up 21-7.
Looks like this guy's using the black line.
At 23-7 now. Again, they're counting one free throw as 2 in this condensed game. I think this would be I'd say if you go to the blue line, it's worth 1. If you go to the black, it's worth 2.
Oh, I definitely agree.
That would be me. I'm way too much a stickler. This is what happens when you've called basketball for 19 years. But moral of the story, Callie should be covered when it comes to her shoe game, with the Fury having a range of sizes. So if there's any variation. You know what, though? Even though we're laughing about this, and I'm guessing you and several others, I know I've had many athletes of lengthier frames as Pink gets another runner, and maybe some of these third graders that are up there. I know there's a couple on the black team that look like they might be on the higher end. They can probably relate to that. I know it's a little easier to find men's shoes, but being tall and giant and huge, okay, giant maybe is a bit hyperbolic, but it can be a little daunting when you're trying to figure out your place in this world. I don't know if you went through that, Callie, but I'm guessing a few of these third graders might hear your story and go, hey, you know what? Maybe being tall isn't going to be so bad.
Yeah, for sure. Being tall was not super great when I was little, especially in third grade, because I just felt like I was just a giant pretty much. And now being 6 feet, 6'1" with shoes on, it actually really helps me out, because with the sports that I play, I need to be tall. So it's just really great, especially the style that I play for basketball. I'm just kind of a bully sometimes in the paint, so definitely having that height helps a lot for sure.
I can attest to that, but not from direct experience. I am not foolish enough to go against Callie or any other post player. 25-7, Pink over Black, the Pink team. I don't know if all these kids are going to play for the same team. Oh, look at that bounce pass. Oh, wanted that one to go in. They really have some of the skill sets and motions and routes down. And Callie, I think we're going to be hearing a lot about these kids in a few years. I know you can't play varsity ball till 7th grade, so it's going to be a while before we have to worry about what team they're going to be on, what ranking they might hold in the prospect list. That would be insane. I would not want to do that to these up-and-comers, but what has impressed you here, getting to see this kind of fluidity as the black team will have a chance for a three-point play, but to see them, I'm guessing they've been around the game for a while, but they don't look out of place. It's not like they're coming in for the first time. They have some of those handles, those fundamentals down.
Yeah, definitely. That's what's really impressed me, is the amount of finishing that they're able to do, because back in the day when I was a third grader, nobody could finish these amount of layups with the handles that they have, so that's really impressive.
I'm trying to think, when you were a third grader, I was still broadcasting. Now I feel old. When you were a third grader, I'm trying to go back. Okay, here's the black team with the steal.
1-on-4 again. Oh, my.
Well, the pink team chased them down. We were talking about this with Callie earlier. Sometimes when you get ahead of everybody, there's only one place they can be, and that's behind you, as Pink gets another layup. I will get his name at some point, maybe by next year, but the young man who just scored has really impressed me today. 27-9.
Very, very impressive.
He has done a lot. Black team gets one down low. And you really got to work for it when you're 3-4 feet tall. That rim looks a lot larger.
Definitely, for sure.
I'm guessing for you, it's no sweat. How many layups have you had in your career?
I mean,
hey,
another
look at that.
That was very impressive.
Could you knock down threes at third grade?
Considering that I struggle with knocking down threes right now, I'm going to guess that in third grade I wasn't.
I thought Laura would have taught you a thing or two by now.
I mean, she definitely has, but
you don't hit her up during the off season?
Sometimes I do, actually.
I was going to say, they wouldn't accuse her of tampering, would they?
Yeah, no, definitely not. I hope not.
Because I know she's in college and you haven't committed yet. All right, so
yeah, so it's okay.
Okay, so she, they're not going to keep her from reaching out and saying, hey, here's how to shoot some threes.
Oh, he's wide open.
Go for it. Yes.
Hey,
and the Plinko bounce. Oh. Yes. The Plinko bounce, that's what I call it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I watched too many game shows growing up. And I am a pop culture geek. That's about all I bring to the broadcast booth, no matter who I'm with. It's amazing Callie even agreed to do this with me today. 30-14 as the pink leads the black squad. This has been a lot of fun. Wait, that was a travel, wasn't it?
That's definitely a travel.
I thought they called travel. Well, it's an all-star game. What do they think this is, the NBA? I thought they called travel at this level. They certainly do in high school. How many times have I seen traveling calls with players? I'm sure this has never happened to you, but you move forward, you step before dribbling, and I call it the bane of every ball handler. They get a half step ahead of themselves.
Yeah, definitely. I remember the Cloquet game that you covered for us. There was plenty of traveling to go around in that game, and it was kind of absurd, actually. Oh, bank.
Not quite. I guess moral of the story for any of the girls watching this, slow down a half step. That doesn't mean give up your speed or agility, but I even saw that a little bit at the NCCAA tournament I called, where things got a little helter-skelter. But I'm sure you've never traveled at all in your high school career.
I can't quote that for sure, but I've only had a few if I can think of them.
What has been the biggest learning curve for you going from third grade to now that maybe some of these kids, you talked about the ball handling and the three-point shot, but what was that biggest jump for you in terms of getting into the fundamentals, adapting to your body, all of that? What was the biggest learning curve?
My biggest problem that I had in third grade was whenever I was on defense and a shot was going up, I would swing at the ball. I would want to block their shot every time, and most of the time I would clobber them. So my biggest learning curve was definitely on defense, working on my discipline and just staying straight up. And if there was an opportunity to block it, I would block the ball and not their arms. So definitely my biggest learning.
Well, these two teams have figured out how to work it in third grade. We saw a 16-footer. We saw another take. That pink team, we are going to have some bona fide slashers when these kids get to middle school, high school, because it feels like the pink team, who's up 32-16, 34-16, what different? There we go. I don't know if it makes a difference. I've never seen so many young athletes have a polished driving game like this. You were telling me even Madden didn't look like the Madden Greenway we saw last night, which he dropped 40 against Crosby Ironton, or dropping 40 on everybody.
Yeah.
You're going to have some fun stories. I don't know if you plan on having kids who will take up basketball, but when Madden goes to the WNBA, I'm not afraid to say that. And if she doesn't, that's fine, but I have a feeling we're going to get Madden Greenway stories like we have with Paige Beckers.
Oh, for sure, definitely. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a documentary on her coming up pretty soon.
There just might be. Oh, pink. Almost had it. But I'm amazed at how poised everyone is. Whoa, hi, Callie.
The ref says his hand was on top of the ball, so.
Okay, so they'll let it go.
Oh.
Here's a three.
Oh, just
Not
short.
quite. And I've seen it sometimes at the younger levels. Officials will sometimes go to players and say, oh, hey, watch out for this. They're trying to help them learn the game. Although I don't think you have to teach too much to the East. I'm sure there are plenty of learning lessons ahead of them, but I feel like they've got a whole lot down. They're going to be polished, ready to go down the road. It really is fascinating. And I wonder, Callie, you've seen this a bit yourself. Madden Greenway, Addie Mack. I said Addie was the forerunner to all of the young talent that came through. Your St. Croix Lutheran team, I remember when Laura and Zoe were the elders and you and Amaya were the 8th graders, just making your way through as we have 3:18 left and free throws coming. And then Chloe Johnson, Amelia Trudy from Rochester Lourdes. I covered her at that St. Catherine MLK invite that you played in. They played Duluth Marshall, and she was sharp. Tori Orline, and I'm trying to think of all the others who I've seen in 7th grade who look like they belonged out there. We'll have a three-point contest after this. What do you make of this progression where athletes are starting younger and they're coming in, making an impact? It wasn't like you in 3rd grade. Even seeing varsity impact athletes at 7th grade was a rarity compared to what we see now.
Yeah. I think definitely just growing up watching the sport, like not just going into it not watching basketball. Like everybody should. Oh my goodness.
I guess Steph Curry, who hit 4,000 career three-pointers last week, people are still watching him.
just has a very big impact on these kids, that's for sure.
Well, it's amazing. I forget how long he's been around this league, because when you talked about suiting up in 3rd grade, playing in an all-star game, Steph Curry was still one of the names. He was the rising star then. What were you saying about the 7th graders?
Oh yeah, just growing up watching the sport of basketball, like especially really loving the sport, I think really helps your skill development, because if you love the sport and you love playing the sport, then it should come a lot easier to you to learn and get better every day, for sure. So I definitely, as a 7th grader or an 8th grader like me, definitely watching everybody and having role models that play basketball is a super big thing.
90 seconds left. Pink over black. In our 3rd grade game, our next group will feature 4th and 5th graders. And this journey, their start, high school for recording arts, down the road, maybe they'll be playing in front of sellout crowds like you saw in the section finals. And I saw some decent crowds at the championships last night. And I got to give credit, because you're here. Benilde St. Margaret's, their 3rd straight in 3A, doing it with Olivia Olson and doing it by committee. Providence Academy, first school to ever win 4 in a row, and Hopkins now all to themselves for most state tournament titles ever in girls basketball. And to do it without the D1 pipeline like they had, winning a title is always an impressive accomplishment, but I feel like Hopkins not necessarily redefined themselves, but they proved there was a lot more that goes into that program than just having the most talent.
Oh, definitely. And I think it has a big shout out to their coach, and especially Benilde's coach as well, with Tim
Ellison, who
he's
you know
at
at Fury.
Fury coach, yeah.
He was Addie and Jordan's AAU coach.
Yeah, he is actually going to be taking on our head coaching position, and Blake Nichols is actually going to be the assistant coach this year. So it's going to be really interesting to see his point of view and a new coaching style, which will be really interesting. And I think it's all a testament to the coaches for sure, because the Hopkins coach is an incredible coach, and I think it's just a big testament to her skill.
Tara Starks, the head coach at Hopkins, and that's our first game. So the pink team beats black 36-16, and they'll do the 3-point shootout in just a moment. But Callie, what were your observations from this first game? The pink team, they were just flat out impressive. They did not look like they were playing for the first time, and I'm guessing with travel ball they have some reps, but to see them execute like they did, especially when it came to attacking the rim, I am nothing but excited to see where these kids go in the future.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially their ball handling and their defense. It was really, really impressive, especially on the pink side, just forcing their defenders left or whatever their non-dominant hand was, and just knowing that like basketball knowledge of like defense, and then that defense turned exactly into offense, which was really impressive for the pink team especially.
They're going through the format.
Also, I'm Brian Shannon, I run the Sizzle program with my good friend Larry Silk. I want to thank all of you for allowing your team to come out. I try to give back as much as I can. This is my give back to most of the kids.
Brian Sandifer going over the 3-point format, the organizer of this event, his AAU program. It had the likes of Jalen Suggs and Chet Holmgren, two names who I think you are familiar with.
30 seconds. Ready. You got the clock in 30 seconds. Ready. Go.
So we've got the 3-point shootout. Now, Callie, did you have this when you played?
Oh, definitely not. This is a brand new thing, and I think it's, again, a testament to Steph Curry and Caitlin Clark just completely changing the game and getting all these three-pointers.
The black team in this one, he's got a couple. Oh, almost had that one.
He's got great form.
Pink has 1. Black has 2. You get 30 seconds, and he's doing it from behind that first college line, and he got 3. 3, 2, 1. And that's not easy. All right, next one coming in. This is interesting, Callie. The black team's on the bench, and the pink team, they're all lined up at that volleyball line, the 10-foot line. All right, Callie, I want to see you do the three-point shootout if you get selected as an All-Star next year.
Oh, I'll definitely do it. And if I win, I'll shout you out. Definitely.
Why would you shout me out? I'm not the one who's teaching you. Laura should. I thought Laura was the one showing you how to get that range.
I mean, yeah, she definitely is, but you're encouraging me to do it, so I'll shout both of you out, I guess.
What have you enjoyed most at St. Croix Lutheran? Because you've been there since 8th grade. You got to see Laura Hauge make all kinds of history there. You've got a spot in their history books, and you've got another year. I'm not sure anyone's going to make a run of that rebound record.
I really hope not, because I want to keep that up there forever. That would be a really cool thing.
All right, Black is knocking down shots. Oh, now he's going to the wing. The Black team has been the stronger side in this three-point shootout, and they're knocking them down from about 19 feet.
Ooh, friendly bounce.
Got it off. So they've got 10-3 on the board as the Black team leads. And then we'll have our next game, the 4th and 5th graders. And as we keep this three-point shootout going, Callie, wait. They've got the pink guy on the free throw line. How does that count? How does that work out?
I think he must be a littler kid, because I don't know if he can make it all the way to the three-point
That
line.
might have something to do with it. But I remember the triple threat event that Crystal Flint hosts, which is another exhibition event like this one. And the first time I covered it, there were some little kids who I later found out were Linnell Wright's younger sisters. They were, what, 2nd, 3rd grade? And they were giving three-point shooting a go.
Oh, yeah. That's just a testament to Linnell. Like, she's a crazy player, and I definitely think that her little sisters definitely had a lot to do with just watching her play. And seeing her form is polished, too, and it's just really impressive to see that her little siblings are just as good.
So I see what they're doing, Callie. They're doing a team shootout. So they've got pink on the left, black on the right. So the Black team leads the overall team tally. You know what? I like that format because a lot of times with three-point shootouts, it's a one-on-one. But I think doing this in a tag team battle, everyone getting excited. I think it adds a little more to it. And you know what? If you have a shooter that might have a rough 30 seconds, then you're not out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
So the Black team is up 13-7 as we continue this three-point shootout. Pink team makes a run. You know what? I might have to propose this to some of the other all-star committees out there. Make it a team game.
Yeah, this is a really smart idea.
So the pink team trying to cut some distance into the Black team. 15-10. Black over pink. So 15-10. The Black team over the pink team. Pink team has some work to do. There's one. I notice a lot of them. Well, the pink team has been going all straight away. The Black team starting to work that wing. There is an arc to this. 16-11. What would you say, Callie, has been your favorite memory so far at St. Croix Lutheran or in Fury AAU? Because I know you played on that 26 team, and I never know who's where because AAU to me is like free agency. You can pretty much join any team even midway through the year. But any favorite moments, memories, or athletes that you got to team up with that you enjoyed experiencing?
I mean, for St. Croix, my favorite memory is definitely the section semifinal against Visitation my sophomore year, which is when I got my 1,000 point. And it was just really fun. The atmosphere was really great, and it was just really cool to get my 1,000 point sophomore year, which was really cool. And then for Fury, I think my favorite memory was just watching the older kids last year, like the 2025 team with Jordan Odie and Addie Mack and Autumn. And it was just really, really impressive to watch them play and just see like their skill and how they just love to play with each other, which I think was really fun. And it's just really fun to get hyped for them, and it's just a really fun family atmosphere at Fury, which that's my favorite memory for sure.
I remember chatting with Addie and Jordan on my podcast. You might have seen it. And those two basically grew up together. They had a lot of fun. I know they got to play each other earlier in the season. Addie finishing with over 4,000 points. Hey, Callie, the pink team gaining ground. How many more left? 5 kids on the pink team. The black team might have to send in some second stringers, and by that I mean second run throughs, not second stringers. 20-18, pink team catching up. Black team getting the friendly bounce. 21-20, this is getting serious. Do you think there's some bragging rights on the line here?
Oh, for sure. I mean, especially with it being a three-pointer, like they get to brag about, hey, we beat you guys in this three-point contest. Like it's definitely bragging rights for sure.
Do you have any breaking right kind of games? Because I know in the conference, St. Croix Lutheran has pretty much owned the skyline. 23-20 the score here, as black still leading over pink, but pink catching up. But do you have any fun rivalries or breaking right moments with St. Croix Lutheran or Fury?
For Fury, we're always competing during practice, and we always do a bunch of one-on-one, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, and we also play a bunch of other grades. Like we're gonna scrimmage a lot. So I definitely think that we have a bunch of competition.
23-21. 23-21. This has that backyard feel. I don't know if you've ever played with background music.
We do a lot for Fury. We definitely always like to keep it hype in the gym because it's a bunch of different teams playing at one time. So we just like to keep it nice and like loose and flowing so that we can all play our best.
So do you know who's going to be on your Fury team this year?
Yeah, yep, we have, we're keeping pretty much all of us, and then we're adding Samantha Bowl, which will be a good addition. And we're going to have 8 players since Maddie Blaylark hurt her knee.
I was at the game where that happened. For a while, I thought I was a bad omen because early in the season, I was covering games and top players were blowing out their knees. Tatum Woodson was another one. So who else is coming back on your team?
The Stewartville 2, Audrey
Schindler
and JC Rath. Maria Radaba from Totino. Tucker Downs from Mankato West. Me, obviously.
Hey, it may not be an obvious thing. You might have switched teams.
Yeah, we never know. Vienna Murray is coming back. And I think that's it. I can't think of anybody else.
Well, I remember Maria going down with a knee injury last year, and Blake Nichols, who was part of the coaching staff, told me how much of a bummer that was. The season never ends, does it?
Never. Nope.
For players or coaches. – 27-24 as we are getting close to the end of this third grade showcase.
It's a tie game.
Black team got the early jump. Pink team has worked all the way back. We're tied again.
Uh-oh.
Pink team in front. Oh, we're tied.
Game.
We're tied, or was there a buzzer beater? Look at this. The pink team. We're tied at 29. The pink team thought they won it. We're going to have a shootout. We're going to have a shootout, Callie. This is, I think, is an historic moment.
This is crazy. I mean, third graders having a shootout. That just seems on par for this tournament. So this is really great.
Could you imagine if your high school games ended in a shootout instead of just playing overtime, how that would work?
That would be so crazy, and I think we should try it out for one game. I think that would be really fun.
So 1 minute. We're tied at 29 for all the marbles, all the bragging rights. I think that's what's on the line here.
It looks like they have their top shooters out right now. On the pink team, that's the dude who tied the game, so I guess we'll see.
Oh, there we go. All right. Pink on one side, black on the other. We're still tied. Who will get the first one? Black. Pink almost at it. Black with a 1-point lead. They're neck and neck, Callie. This is insane.
This is so intense.
Every bucket could be the big one. Pink taking the lead again. They're up by 2. Callie, they trail by 6 or 7. And now he is on fire, 3 in a row. Now the pressure's on Black. He goes to the wing. Black, 18 seconds. Pink can bring this home. Callie, I think they're going to do it.
It looks like it. This dude on the pink team has really good form. He's just in a rhythm right now.
Knocking down 7 in this minute-long shootout. 8, and that's it. But he hits 8, and now the pink team can celebrate. They trail by 7 or 8 to start, and now they win 37-31. Talk about coming up clutch in crunch time.
Seriously, this kid's going to have very bright future ahead of him in clutch time, so I think this is really good for him.
What a show, Callie. This was a lot of fun. I know you got to get ready for Fury practice, but if you ever want to join me for a game again in high school or in the future, I'd be happy to have you because I think you know the game. That was clear today.
I definitely will. I'll definitely take you up on that for sure. That'll be super fun.
And I promise I will have numbers for next time, so we'll be able to identify the players a little more easily. But any closing thoughts on what you saw today and what this could mean for all these kids who got to play?
Yeah, I mean, they're already starting off on the very right foot with playing in these all-star tournaments. So I definitely think they just need to keep going, keep working. Working every day is really a big thing. So, and just staying in love with the sport for sure is definitely a big thing because they always look like they're having so much fun. And I think that's one of the biggest things for basketball. So, doing great.
All right, we'll take a quick break and come back with Game 2 on the TSB Television YouTube channel.